everyone.
Oh, hello. Wow, you sounded so like...
Oh my god, here we go again.
A children's show.
This intro. Anyways.
Hello, children. Welcome to Terrifyingly Beautiful.
I'm Mr. Rogers.
Oh, you are Mr. Rogers.
I have a plaid shirt on, and I'm on a couch.
And I'm Mr. McFeely. Speedy delivery, everyone.
Did you ever see that footage of like in the 1970s where Mr. Rogers testified in front of Congress to save PBS?
Mr. Rogers is like my hero.
He's amazing.
I've read tons of books about Fred Rogers. I love him so much.
His first name's Fred?
Yes.
Oh, that was Mr.
Yeah, it just kind of worked. Did you ever hear that story about him? I know we're starting off real weird about Mr. Rogers.
No,
but
what's the story?
He loved to walk, so he used to park his car really far away from the studio where they filmed Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. And he walked one day and went back, and the car was stolen. Someone had stolen Mr. Rogers' car.
Oh, wow.
And it became like this news story, right? So they reported it on the news. And he went to work the next day, and the car was back where he had left it with a note that said, "If we had known it was yours, we would have never taken it."
Well, conscientious thefts. I love it.
Well, it's just because that's like everyone's dad, Mr. Rogers.
It's like mugging Mother Teresa, right?
Yeah.
So,
oh, I just love him. Even though the people said he liked to be nude a lot, he was a nudist.
What?
Yeah.
Well, he was clothed during the Senate hearing.
Well, yeah, that's a certain way to not get your way in a Senate hearing.
Or maybe you could get your way.
Who was the pube on the coke?
Oh, that was
Clarence Thomas and
Anita
Hill.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Today's episode brought to you by the 90s.
Okay, let's back up for a minute. I'm Dave Robert.
Yeah, I'm Kevin O'Connell.
And this is Terrifyingly Beautiful.
Yes,
thanks
Mr. Rogers.
Tuning in? Did we already discuss that? You're not tuning in. You're listening.
Yeah. Thanks for podcasting with us.
Okay. Eventually, we will kind of have like a formal opening where we don't fuck it all up, and like we're already up on 9 different topics. It's like
it's fine. It's casual. People.
Okay.
Someone said we're like listening to two friends that can't get a word in edgewise. I was like, that's actually accurate.
What does that mean?
Because they can't talk back to us.
Oh, they can't get a word.
Yeah.
I thought you were like criticizing me talking too much.
No, lots of people say when they listen.
It's been leveraged on me a couple times.
Lots of people say that when they listen, they want to be like, me too, and then tell their story. And we're just like, nope.
No.
Oh,
that's why we have email.
Yeah, we do have email.
Great segue.
Look at you.
I love it.
Yeah, so we would love to hear more of your stories of anxiety and stresses in your life or overthinking of things and how you do it. Just send those to terrifyinglybeautiful@gmail.com.
We'd love pictures or videos, too. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, just careful.
What
the G-rated.
Oh, not Mr. Roger videos.
Oh,
Mr.
well, that's
Rogers
G-rated.
videos. No.
You know, we don't want to see your Mr. Rogers.
That's a John Thompson, isn't it?
What?
John Thompson.
What is that?
A penis.
A John Thompson?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think it's not. Yeah, John Thompson.
Never heard of that.
Oh, maybe not.
Johnson. You Johnson? Richard? Jolly Roger? I don't know.
Anyways.
Yeah,
right.
We also have Instagram and Twitter, which is TerrifyinglyB. And you can check out after the website, our website with show notes, Terrifyingly Beautiful.
God, that was so sarcastic the way you kind of like winked at me, like shout out.
I thought I was doing a good job.
Well, I own the show notes, so Kevin's like criticizing.
Tell them the website then if you're so proud of it.
It's terrifyinglybeautiful.com.
There you go. Excellent. Good work.
/ No. All right. So for those who are new listeners, we actually do have thank you. We do have a format.
We do.
Big shocker. So usually we kick off the conversation by talking about, what made us anxious this week or stress us out. And then we'll go into our main topic. And this is Kevin's topic this week.
Yeah.
It could be a long...
You know what it is. I already told you.
Bees. Yes. I know.
Uh-huh.
Well, it's all bees and wasps and hornets and kind of shit, right? So
yeah, I had to learn a little bit about the difference between them.
No doubt.
I'm going to tell you, I did try to research this a lot, but most of the time reading the research involved looking at bees, and it's fucking stressed me out. So it's very light.
I watched a
high
video
level
on YouTube this morning in my own research, and I got so wigged out, I felt like shit crawling on me.
Was it bees? You were researching about bees too?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So just to kind of make sure I have my shit in order, because, folks who listen, they'll pick out all the mistakes we make.
Yeah.
So, well, let's start. What stressed you out?
Oh, so this is going to be what stresses me out. It's so stupid, but I'm going to tell you once a week, it is a constant source of me overthinking.
Okay.
And that is putting out the trash.
Oh, God, no.
I have so many anxieties about it. First of all, we have 2 separate recycling bins, right? One for paper, cardboard, one for glass, plastic.
Oh, really? Ours goes all into one.
Where they live in the same city. How is that?
Well, I just dump it all into one.
Oh, okay. Well, that's what my anxiety is, that they're going to know if I put something in the wrong one.
Well, they'll know.
Yeah, and someone told me they have a camera on the truck that like watches the stuff being dumped in.
Well, I kind of believe that because we've gotten, I mean, I guess the word is citation, probably a half dozen citations over the past 2 years.
Slap on the wrist?
It's a big red sticker they put on your lid of your trash bin, and it says, what the violation is. As an example, our trash can was turned in the wrong direction, so it has to be in the right direction.
Because a robot picks it up.
I know, but...
And otherwise the lid would flap the wrong way.
I get it. So they were like pissed off about that.
And
then one time Pete was doing some like yard clippings on some of the bushes and threw all the yard clippings into the trash bin. It's a big no-no. You can't have any kind of like yard waste in your
Oh, see, I do that all the time.
You can't. You gotta hide it. But he was not discreet. There's like branches hanging out of the fucking lid and shit. So you could see it without even opening the lid. That was like there's trees in there.
You don't have to put things in like bags anymore. So what's to stop you from dumping a body in there?
Well, maybe
the camera is there.
First of all, like this whole recycling thing is a bunch of bullshit because we lived in Cape Cod for a number of years and they were so strict on recycling. And then Pete and I followed the recycling truck and they dumped it all into the refuse, the general refuse thing.
Well, that's rude. But first
they did.
of all,
So it's like, why are you forcing us to take the time to separate everything when it all gets put into the same? I asked the guy, I go, what are you doing? He's like, well, it all gets sort of, we burn it, and then all the recyclable shit just kind of like, I don't know, rises to the top or gets sifted out, whatever. So I go, that's ridiculous. Why torture us with this whole recycling thing?
If you're just going to combine it together.
Ugh.
We also get like, I just lost my train of thought.
Recycling trash.
Recycling trash. Oh, we over recycle in America.
Yeah, you mentioned that before. Yeah. Well, then why are we doing this though?
Also, like when I buy something that says made with 100% recyclable plastic, why don't I get an effing discount off of it? Because half of that shit's probably mine already.
No, don't get me started on that. It's the same theory about if I'm at the self-service kiosk at a grocery store, I'm bagging my own shit and scanning my own shit. Why is there not a discount there?
I agree. There is actually, if you bring your own bag.
There's no discount.
Yeah, you can. Some places give you like 5 cents.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
5 cent discount for all that work. How much they paying the employee? So the employee makes less like $10 an hour. You're there for 15 minutes scanning shit. That's $2.50. I want $2.50.
Can I do a bonus thing that stresses me out?
Sure.
Watching someone else bag my groceries when they don't.
Don't.
We have. I'm going to say something really unpopular here.
Don't.
I'm going to. There is a special needs person who works at the grocery store near us.
Here we go.
And
running.
She's so nice. I love her. I'm always really kind to her. I always make sure I engage her in conversation. But you're
just justifying.
I am trying to. Yeah. She really loves to double and triple bag things, and I don't have the heart to say anything about it. But I don't need my cereal boxes with 3 plastic bags.
I wouldn't mind that. It's the idiot who decides to put my brioche hamburger rolls on the bottom of a bag with canned beans.
All right, well, if you're buying those 2 things together, you deserve it, because that meal sounds fucking gross.
Well, it's not the same meal. It's like, oh my God, Kevin.
Brioche buns, Captain Fancy Pants?
I was just trying to be fancy. Okay, so, okay.
What's yours?
Oh, God. So, as you know, I was traveling this week, and a friend of mine said, I don't know why you Uber from the airport to the train station as a free shuttle. I go, oh, okay, let's do that. So I'm waiting for the free shuttle, and the free shuttle shows up. And when I tell you this, it's a bus.
Mm-hmm.
The bus legally holds about 50 people, and there were already about 140 on the bus.
Nope. No, that's a death trap.
Well, I had to catch a train, so I had to squeeze on it. I squeezed on. When I tell you, they closed the door, and instantly I got like anxiety. I get anxiety around claustrophobia, anxiety around being in crowds, anxiety about the bus blowing up, because it's a terrorist target.
Sandra Bullock's driving it.
Yeah.
What about, or when people have to hold on to those little straps up above and you're right at BO level?
Yeah. The lady in front of me had wicked BO. She was not holding the strap, but it was
emanating.
And it was like 95 degrees in the bus, right? So it was freezing cold outside, but 95 degrees in the bus. And I was like, oh my God. And then I'm watching there's a sign in front of the driver on like the dashboard that says, per federal regulation, this bus cannot operate with any passengers who are forward of the yellow line. And the yellow line is like right behind the driver, right? There's like 19 people in front of the yellow line because it was so crowded.
No.
I mean, I couldn't even see out the windshield of the bus, and I was right in the front. I was
So
like,
did
oh
you
my
get
God.
off the shuttle and look at your friend and go, that's why?
No, I missed my train because it's like a 4-mile ride. It took 45 minutes because the bus stops everywhere. I go, you know what? It's worth the $18 in fucking Uber. I'm sorry. To be alone, privacy, there's no BO. No, it amped me up. I was like, never again.
Public transportation. I've had so many issues lately with just like being missing connections because of flights being delayed. It's so annoying.
Oh, God.
Like I feel like it's gotten really bad over the past couple of years.
It wasn't flying supposed to be and travel supposed to be like luxurious,
classy. You got dressed up.
Yeah.
You could smoke on it.
Now everybody's like, underdressed, bad behavior. I will say my flights were fine. I mean, they took very good care of me. But God, that shuttle ride would put me over the edge.
Yeah, kids on planes.
Never again.
Good for you.
Yeah. Oh, kids on planes. So on the way, I was in Dubai, right? So, and on the way over, it's a long, like a 14-hour flight, 13-hour flight. And I'm in business class. There's 14 children around me. I don't know how this family could afford to bring all their kids on this trip, but screaming, this one baby screamed for literally 11 of the 14 hours.
Yeah.
And I was like, why is this allowed?
Because I don't know. I
mean, how can they justify you're paying I didn't pay it, somebody else paid it, but a fortune for this ticket, and the whole time you want to relax and sleep, and the baby is screaming.
I don't know how to fix it. Because I feel like if you have kids and you need to get someplace, you gotta that's your only option.
They should have children flights. They have like
anyone would ever book those.
Parents with children.
Yeah, there's not enough. There's usually only like 3 on each plane.
Oh God, no, it's 14 on this one. Let me tell you. Anyways, I'm getting amped up.
Can't they have like a little soundproof booth? Okay, let me try that again.
I had my noise canceling headphones on, and it was still like super loud.
Well, the kids probably kicking your chair too and whipping Cheerios and puffs around.
No. I mean, I would take matters in my own hands at that point.
Every time you get off a plane now, look down at the ground of just like the detritus that people leave behind. It's so disgusting.
Oh God, no!
I told
that's
you my
I have
SAT word.
I like
of the day.
Detritus.
Detritus.
Oh, detritus.
Yeah.
Oh, like shit.
Yeah, it's like scattered debris. Detritus.
Clutter.
I hope I'm using it right.
My God, it's by detritus? No.
It's someone from Detroit.
Oh my God.
Detritus.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's jump right into this episode because it's going to be a long one.
Oh boy.
There's been a lot of buzz around this topic.
I caught it. See, you just skimmed right over all your little one-liners.
I know. I looked right at you like, you're going to get this one?
I got it. Buzz.
Okay, so can we just be serious for a minute here? Because this is my ultimate fear.
Bees is your ultimate fear?
Maybe besides death, bees.
Okay.
Death by bees, right up there too. Yeah, I get really irrational, the most irrational as a human being. Like, remember last episode, spiders? I'm like, I can kill a spider.
Yeah.
I'm well aware I can kill a bee, but I mean, I would throw my entire family off of a cliff to avoid a bee.
Oh, that's comforting.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've almost thrown myself, like, off of a mountain to avoid a bee. We were in New Hampshire, like, mountain climbing as a family when I was a kid, and a bee was coming around me, and I just started running and like went down half of a mountain, scraped the fuck out of my knees, which probably hurt worse than the bee sting ever would, just to avoid that bee.
Oh yeah, bees. Well, bees are freaky. Well, I guess I'm kind of like I when I think of bees, I just immediately go to wasps and hornets, which I hate. Bees I can tolerate more than wasps and hornets because they have a purpose. They're collecting, shit and making honey and pollinating.
Yeah, wasps and honey. No, I mean wasps and hornets. Well, hornets are wasps, by the way.
Same thing.
Well, all hornets are a subcategory of wasp. They don't make honey.
No,
correct. So
what do they do?
They're freeloaders of nature.
They just kill shit and
they kill other bugs.
They do, and they also eat bees, though.
They eat bees and they eat spiders.
Oh, hornets eat spiders?
Yes.
Oh,
so
wow.
A hornet will actively, so what they do is they actually like paralyze. They use like a venom to paralyze the other bug's prey, and they lay eggs inside of it.
What?
And then the larva erupt from the dead spider. But the spider's alive while
That's
they're growing
Alien.
inside of it.
That's Alien.
Alien wasps, motherfucker.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the new Samuel L. Jackson movie coming this.
Wasp on a plane.
Yeah. So the fear of bees is known as, I really love, there's 2 names for it.
Okay.
So the more common one probably is apiphobia, which is Latin for apis, right? But the one that's way better is melissophobia.
Melissophobia? Why?
Yes. So the Greek word melissa means honeybee. So I hate everyone named Melissa. McCarthy can suck it now.
Oh my god.
Your neighbor who I adore, no longer.
Oh, Melissa.
She's just a bee now.
Oh my god, a honeybee.
A honeybee.
Oh.
Yes.
I didn't know Melissa was a Greek word.
Yeah, so I'll give you my like bee facts in a little bit. Let me just give you my root of bees.
Okay.
Right. So the
root of your fear of bees?
Yes. I've never really liked them, right? I like their colors a lot. Like I think out of instincts? Okay.
It's a boy band.
Insects, yes. I really
They're
like
all white, by the way.
Yeah. I really like JC Chazé bee the most. Lance Bass bee. Okay. I like the way they look, but the noise of them and the hives and stuff is very creepy to me. Even before the only one time I was ever stung was at my grandmother's house at her pool. And she had an old timey 70s pool with one of those blue fiberglass slides that went into it.
Oh yeah.
And I climbed the blue fiberglass slide and didn't know that there was a bee's nest underneath it. So when I sat down on the slide, a bee came out to protect its hive, which I will soon tell you that's the only reason bees will really sting you.
Yeah.
And stung me, but it stung me in the belly button.
Oh,
so the stinger was inside my belly button, but it stung me mid-slide. So I was in the pool, and the bee was still attached to me.
Oh god!
So it was.
You drowned it.
It dies after you get stung. Some of them. Just honeybees.
Yeah, not wasps and hornets. They can sting.
So can the queen bee. The queen bee can sting you as many times as she wants because she's the fucking queen, bitch. She don't need no man. She can do what she wants. As a matter of fact, here's your first fun bee fact. Ready?
Ready.
If you get stung by a bee, that was a lady bee that stung you. Stung you.
Stinged.
Stunged.
Stinged.
Stinged.
Wait, male bees don't sting?
No.
Oh.
Male bees just hang around the hive and fuck the queen. That's it.
Well, it's kind of humans.
That's all they do.
Women, do all the work, and men just kind of hang around and squish shit. Yeah.
Sister bees are doing it for themselves.
Wow.
Yep. I know. Isn't that interesting?
Wait, the queen puts out to all the bees?
Yes, she lays up to 13,000 eggs a day.
Well, they don't all survive, though.
I don't know how it works.
We would have like a 15 billion bees in the world.
Yeah, and they are disappearing.
I know.
And we're going to get into that
hive
too.
Collapse and Monsanto and
I have a lot of information, but I don't have structure for this episode because I have a real job.
Well, I have a whole list here that I jotted down. I know you use your computer to kind of
I notes, do. But so I really here's the thing. I understand how bees work. And anyone says if a bee's around you, just let it be, right? No, I didn't even mean that. Just let it be.
It's looking for like pollen,
right? So they won't bother you if you don't bother them.
Sure, I believe that.
Yeah. So, and I understand the only time I ever got stung was because I was near its house. Right? Someone tries to come in my house, I'm gonna try to sting that bitch too.
Oh,
right.
Well, I tried to get in your house today.
I know you.
Oh, okay.
So I understand that it's illogical, right?
Yeah.
But people die each year from bee stings.
Not a lot, but it's
about 100
worldwide.
Sure, because I don't know. That's just 100 people.
That seems kind of low to me, but okay. Yeah.
I mean, I can look it up.
Well, in the last episode on spiders, we talked about the bee, the most deadly insects or creatures, whatever. And bees was number 5 on the list, but that was U.S. only. And it killed like 35 or 40 people in the U.S.
See, something I read said that bees were the most dangerous non-human animal, which you said is wrong because of dogs.
Well, dogs. Well, I think hippos kill more people than bees do.
Really?
Hippos are super dangerous. Kevin, you won't believe what happened to me this past week.
What?
I got carded for a drink.
What?
Yes, I'm 47.
Were you at that restaurant with the blind waiters?
I'm 47. I ordered a cocktail, and the waitress was like, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to see your ID. And I was like, wow.
Well, we do look a lot younger than we are.
I agree.
I mean, I get all the time people are like, you're 38. I'm like, yeah, bitches.
Oh, like,
No kids. High
you're
five.
38?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Rude.
Yeah, I get that all the time too. It's like I would never have guessed that. So, but why is that?
I don't go in the sun a lot, and I moisturize.
I moisturize every day.
Yep, and I get that shit at 1ambeauty.com.
Well, of course you do.
Yeah.
Why would you go for that?
Well, obviously, because we get a 25% discount, and so can our listeners by using the promo code BEAUTIFUL.
I have done that actually, and it's legit. And all the merchandise on their website, which is amazing.
I know. You can go on there and find something new every time.
I told you. Eye masks, face masks, moisturizers, toners, exfoliants.
I have an exfoliating cleanser from them right now that I use like every day, and
it's like
the
a baby's butt.
Pharmaceuticals brand. It looks so good.
So good.
And it
I
smells
know.
really good too.
I know. I use these. They're called Red Dragon's Blood eye masks. They're
That sounds very
amazing.
Game of Thronesy.
It's very Khaleesi.
Jeez. Well, it's working. So
Exactly. So check it out.
Yeah.
1ambbeauty.com.
go there.
Promo
You'll
code.
get carded. We promise you. We can't
Promo
promise that.
code.
Beautiful.
25% off.
Yeah.
All right.
Check them out. Bye.
Bye.
So here's a second fun bee fact.
Well, mosquitoes actually kill more people than more people.
But it's not the mosquito. It's whatever is inside of them.
well, it's true. Okay.
So this list did not count any of the
disease carriers.
disease carriers.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's definitely
Like ticks
bees.
and- okay, got it.
Bees murder.
Okay.
So the behavior of bees has been mapped out and studied, and it's actually something very similar to another group, and it's actually been used to kind of help law officials with this group. Can you guess what it is?
Protesters.
No, no.
Oh, prisoners.
No. Well, you're getting there.
Criminals.
Okay, it's a very kind of specific criminal, though.
Oh, robbers. I don't know.
No.
Rapists.
No.
Oh.
You get one more, and that's it.
Oh.
This
Ooh.
is not fascinating.
Murderers.
Serial killers.
Really?
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, that was close.
So they've used the behavior of bees to help police map out serial killers and as to where they might go next, right? So it's called geographical profiling, and they use bees because bees act in a very similar manner. So they will put their hives someplace that is close enough for them to do their work, but far enough where other predators won't be able to find it.
Oh, so if you're a serial killer, you don't want to kill where you live. You kind of want to go outside of your neighborhood.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to kill your neighbors.
But you don't want to
right?
drive 4 hours. I mean, it's exhausting. Okay, I kind of get that.
Yeah. So, I'm not going to go into geographical profiling because that's not super interesting.
Thank you.
But bees are nature's serial killers. Number one reason to fear them.
Stop. You told me they won't bother you if you're not bothering them.
Yeah, but so here's what I learned that fucks bees' minds up the most, right?
In mines?
Well, so if you're near their hive, this is what thinks that you're attacking them. Loud noises, dog barks, and chainsaws and lawnmowers. So that's when most people get stung by bees.
Okay, so I have it in my notes here actually that when I was a kid, I watched this episode of one of those video journalism shows like 2020 or Dateline NBC, and they had a story about this guy in Texas who was mowing his lawn, and it triggered some reaction from these Africanized honeybees, and he got attacked and died.
It's on my list. 800,000 bees attacked him during that.
Oh, yeah. And I think I mentioned to you in a previous episode, I had a map of the United States when I was a kid, and I would check off the states whenever I heard the news that the Africanized bees were located. And I was like, a doomsday map. Here they come. They're in Georgia. They're in South Carolina. Oh my God, they're coming up the coast. We're fucked. Oh yeah.
What makes a killer bee a killer bee?
Well, so this is my understanding.
Okay, because I know
they're actually human engineered. Some guy in South America
to help with pollination.
Yeah, help crossbred an Africanized
super
bee
pollinators. Yep.
to an European bee, and what happened is that they just became super aggressive, and so that. In my research, they said that the only way, apart from DNA analysis, from an observational perspective, the only way to tell the difference between a European honeybee and an Africanized honeybee is how long it takes them to attack you when you walk by their nest.
That's exactly it. That's the only difference.
So a regular,
they're more defensive.
Yeah, a regular European honeybee will give you about 10 seconds before they think you're a threat.
Yes.
The Africanized bee, like a half second.
Yes. So they're not any more venomous, but they will attack in larger numbers and more easily.
The whole hive clears out, they said.
Yes.
In a European honeybee situation, the warriors come out and kind of figure out what the hell's going on. And they'll chase you for like 300 feet or so. Then think, okay, the person's gone or the threat's gone. The Africanized honeybee will chase you for like a half mile.
Yeah, so the average bee, it's 5/8 of a mile.
Oh my God.
That's how long that they'll run, chase you for.
I can't run 5/8 of a mile. I'll be dead.
Africanized bees will chase you much longer.
Like a marathon?
I don't know if it's that long.
5K.
And they will also wait for you if you go into water. They know you have to come up for air, and they will wait for you.
No. That's ridiculous.
Yes.
Why do we have these?
I know.
Do they even pollinate anything? Or
we're going to get into pollination in a little bit.
Oh, my God.
But that's fucked up, right? Like, that's not a serial killer. That's like a
terrorist.
That's like Freddy Krueger Jason scenario.
Yeah, like a terrorist.
Yeah.
No.
And you thought the little blind melon girl from the video was so cute in her little tap dancing bee outfit.
Well,
that bitch will chase you.
Yeah, she will.
Yep.
Well, okay, so do you have any stories you want to share? I have a ton of stories too, about personal stories and then stories I've read on the web.
Well, a personal story, and this did not help my fear of bees, is the movie My Girl.
What?
Have you not seen it?
I have, with
Anna Chlumsky and Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah.
Well, he dies at the end from being stung by bees. They are riding their bikes in the woods, and the beehive falls.
I forgot about that.
And he's in his coffin, and she's looking over him. He's got it looks like little pimples from all the bee stings.
Oh God, stop!
And she's over it, and she's going, "His glasses! He can't see without his glasses!" And she's freaking out.
Why'd you turn into a Jewish woman?
No, that's how she.
His glasses.
The last name's Chlumsky. I don't know what that is.
Is she on Veep now? She's the one on Veep.
Yes, she's amazing on Veep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Plus, the 70s was ripe with bee drama movies. They were all like those.
Oh, Attack of the Killer Bees.
Yeah. So there was like Poseidon Adventure, Towering Inferno. So I want to talk about Swarm because this came up in my research. The Swarm, I really want to see this because listen to this cast. Michael Caine,
I love him.
Richard Chamberlain, Olivia de Havilland, Lee Grant, Patty Duke, Fred McMurray, the Nutty Professor, the original one, and Henry Fonda.
What the fuck?
I know.
Stupid bee movie? A bee horror movie?
I need to see that.
Oh, wow.
Fun fact about Michael Caine.
I love him.
You can say his name the way he says his name if you just say, my cocaine.
Try you have actually my cocaine.
It's the best. If someone says I'm not good at impressions, just say my cocaine.
My cocaine.
Hello, I'm my cocaine.
Oh my God.
It's perfect.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Yep.
Genius.
So a lot of that, I loved disaster movies of the 70s. Poseidon Adventure is still one of my top 5 movies.
Oh my God. Shelley
Earthquake.
Winters.
Love all that shit. But I definitely remember seeing some of these made for TV movies. I feel like there was one with who's the girl, the brunette Charlie's Angel.
Kate Jackson.
Yeah, she was totally
or Jacqueline Smith.
Oh,
Jacqueline Smith was all those Lifetime movies.
And Christmas movies.
She became like the Meredith Baxter Bernie.
Didn't she do something with Kmart? Yeah,
she did. Yeah.
I think it's Kate Jackson.
Okay, the taller, skinnier one.
Yeah. I think she's in a bee movie. I should look that up right now. But go ahead. You tell me a story while I look up Charlie's Angel Bee Connection.
Well, I can't believe you have such a fear of bees. You've only been stung once. I've been stung probably over 100 times in my life.
That's because my anxiety works, David. It's
happened a defense
to me.
Mechanism.
It happened to me once, and I've been efficient at staying away from that shit. If a bee's around, I just find the nearest place that's closed, and I stay in it.
I have a reason to be afraid of bees. So when I was...
Not allergic, though.
No, me either. When I was probably... let's say 12 or 13, my friends and I would go down to the woods in our neighborhood and build forts and play war games and shit. We loved it. And one day there's probably 4 or 5 of us and we were walking and it got kind of marshy and kind of damp and wet. And my friend Eric stepped on a log and it kind of collapsed in.
And there's a beehive.
And within 5 seconds, all you heard was like a hum, and these mud wasps came out of the log, and hundreds of them. And my friend Eric stood still. I think I may have mentioned this on the previous episode, but he stood still. He was so smart and calm.
No, that's the worst thing you can do.
He stood still, didn't get stung once.
I looked what to do if you get come around bees and wasps, and number 1 it says do not stand still.
Wow.
Yeah, it says just run.
Oh, wow. Well, I ran.
And you
Didn't
got
help.
stung?
So I went into
It's not a T-Rex, David. Like it can't see you.
my spiders. I went into like propeller mode. I was flailing, screaming, and like I was like, and my friend who wore glasses, her glasses flew off her head. And she can't see anything, so she kept like hitting
This is
trees.
a my girl moment.
She kept hitting trees, and like I was like, oh my god. So by the time we all kind of regrouped, we all went in different directions, and we regrouped back in our neighborhood. And we went into I was screaming and crying, and my mom was like, oh my god, I got stung like 30 times.
Ugh. Oh my god.
It was so painful.
So they used to
So
tell you
painful.
different things like in the past to do when you got stung by a bee, like scrape it with a credit card or pull the stinger out. That's the worst thing you can do. Because microscopically the stinger has like a little poison sac on the end of it.
Just like let it.
If you squeeze it, it injects more venom in there.
Well, that was my big terrifying moment of bees. Another kind of weird moment was our event. So again, when I was a kid, we had these bushes that kind of lined our backyard called beauty bushes, and they're kind of hard to describe. They're very easy to sort of like sculpt and manicure, so people love them as hedges, because you can kind of like carve them out in squares or circles, whatever. And so they're like super super pretty from the outside, but if you peel the leafage back, it's all like thousands of little tiny branches all intertwined. Perfect place for a hornet's nest or a bee's nest, right?
Absolutely, I'd live there.
So my brother and I were playing like catch one day, and he threw the ball kind of fast, and I missed it, and it went into the beauty bush. So I ran over to get it, and I reached my hand in, and the bush is probably 2 feet by 2 feet, and almost all of the interior was a hornet's nest. They came flying out, and much like the pool story, I jumped into our pool and was coming up for air, jumping down. They were hovering around, buzzing around. For a full hour, I was in that pool trying to save my life. It was so terrifying.
The only one that stings you once and dies is the honeybee.
These wasps were in it to win it.
Oh, yeah.
They were going to kill me.
Even if you were allergic to bees, wasp stings are different. You can get stung by a wasp and live.
Oh, God. Well, my father that night, so he, we told him about it, and he's like, oh, my God. So he did some investigation. So that night, he soaked a rag in like gasoline, and he actually put it below the bush, and he torched the bush at night when all the wasps were back in the nest, and he torched the whole thing.
Who did that?
My dad did. He burnt the whole bush down.
He's my hero.
Killed it. I was like, oh my God. Actually, for a while when I was, later in my life as an adult, I actually went online and looked up the price of like a flamethrower because I'm so terrified of bees.
I love that. They do tend to stay away from fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially when it's aimed at them.
Yeah. So I know I'm jumping around here a lot, but do you know how many bee stings it takes to kill someone who's not allergic to bees? I want you to guess.
I'm going to say a lot, like 1,000.
That's exactly right.
What, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
so
wow.
the average adult will be killed by 1,000 bee stings. A kid's about 500 because kids are stupid.
Well, they're smaller.
Yeah, they're smaller. That's really what it is. But so wasp stings is a very different kind of venom than bee stings.
Wasps are more powerful, obviously, than...
Yeah, because they can sting you multiple times.
Oh, God, don't.
My mom had a wasp fly. We were driving in the car once, and she wasn't driving, but a wasp flew down the back of her shirt and just kept stinging her on the back. Yeah.
No. I told you that in a previous episode, I got stung at CrossFit. I was back squatting. I'm in the bottom of the back squat, and I felt this horrible pain in my left nipple. I looked down, this fucking hornet is stinging my nipple, and then I swatted at it. I dropped the weight, I swatted, and it went down to my leg and stung my leg. I got stung twice at CrossFit. It hurt for a week. My nipple is, sensitive skin. It hurt so bad. Oh my God, I was so pissed off. I killed that bee so fast, that wasp so fast though.
It's a very efficient fear for me, just that one, and I really think I was like 11 when it happened. So I've had a good 27 years of not being stung.
Well,
that's all bee avoidance.
I have a story for you that'll terrify you. A true story, a friend of mine. So my friend Mary,
you're supposed to be helping me with this.
No, this is going to terrify you. I'm sorry, but it's worth me telling you the story though. So she decided to move from the East Coast back to her hometown in Kansas. So she loads up her car in a rental van and off she goes. So on her way to Kansas, she had rented some hotel rooms to stay over just to kind of break the trip up. So the first night, she gets to her hotel. She's exhausted. She's been driving all day. And she goes into her hotel room and she goes to pull the curtains open. Mm-hmm. And so she kind of yanks on the curtains to pull them open and feels this pain and realizes, oh my God, there's a wasp's nest in the curtain.
Inside the house? Inside the room?
The hotel room. And the wasp just dispersed into the whole room. And she's like, oh my gosh. She relieves the room. She goes to the front desk like, what the fuck? How can there possibly be a wasp nest in the hotel room? How often do you clean the room? And I mean, obviously they took care of her, but can you imagine that? I wouldn't.
Wait,
I wouldn't.
What do you mean they took care of her? Did they give her $1 trillion?
I don't think so.
Because that's the only thing that would make me forget that episode.
I would have lost my mind. I would have first of all, been so dramatic when I went to the front desk.
By the way, it was 100 American deaths from bees.
Oh, 100?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
100 American deaths from bees, and they are the number one non-human deadliest animal in America. Only.
Wow.
Yeah. So the dog attacks and the mosquito deaths are non-America.
Are the Africanized bees here in the Northeast? They have to be, right?
Probably now. I don't.
There's an estimation they'd be in Montana by 2010. That's like almost 10 years ago.
Why? Are there flowers in Montana?
Yeah, it's all meadows and flowers and shit, isn't it?
Okay. So ways that bees want to be around you. If you wear bright colors.
If you smell your perfume,
you smell fruity, or you're drinking fruity drinks.
Oh my God. You cannot have like a fruity drink outside in the summertime. They all kind of hover. It's the yellow jackets. They hover around your fruit salad. It's
absolutely.
But
those are wasps.
I hate them.
Yeah. Oh, I hate anything that's black and yellow.
School buses.
Fuck them. They're just bees with kids inside. Oh, man. Okay, so I went to a resort and they had like a hut that they were making like frozen drinks. And everyone was like, these drinks are so good. I was like, yeah, usually they're too sweet. Then they served them in pineapples one day. And I was like, oh, yeah, I need one. So as I go over and I'm waiting in line, the bartenders have at least 50 bees just swarming around them trying to get all the goodness, right?
Yeah.
And so I said to the guy, I'm like, oh my God, how do you not get stung? He goes, oh, we get stung like once a day. You get used to it. And I was like, well, now I'm not getting one of these drinks, but I did give him a $20 bill because I felt bad for him.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then I watched him make a margarita and blend a bee into it.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. And I was just like, nobody ever. Ugh,
well, we were at lunch.
Drinks.
Oh, no. We were at lunch last summer in Newport, Rhode Island, and there's an outdoor restaurant. And so it was like a bar, and they had like a rectangle of seats and sitting around it. And there were tons of like flowering bushes that lined the whole bar area. And so there were hundreds of yellow jackets pinging off of your head, landing on your food. And the whole time I was like, I couldn't relax.
I would have left.
I have to go inside. I cannot be out here. He's like, they're not going to harm you. I go, I can't be out here.
That's what someone says before they get stung.
Yeah. I cannot relax. This is the worst possible scenario for me. I don't want to be out here. Always bees and with the hornets, right? The yellow jackets, wasps. No,
well, I'm not going to take the time to like fucking collect one and do what is it called? Etymology? What's the bug science?
Entomology.
Yeah,
I lived with an entomologist in college.
Really?
Yeah.
That just sounds like the title of an essay.
He was a nice kid.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you about where my fear of, besides getting stung a million times. Have you ever heard of the Japanese giant hornet?
No.
Not in your research?
No.
Okay.
But I know about leafcutter bees that are bigger than...
Hold your thumb up.
They're bigger than quarters. Yeah.
That's how big they are. The size of your thumb.
Yeah, so probably about the same as the leafcutter bee.
And they...
That's not right.
First of all, these are engineered by some fucking crazy psychopath. So they're from Japan, obviously, in these wooded areas. Although they are encroaching on more metropolitan areas, I've read. But they have such velocity when they come to sting you that if more than a couple hit you at the same time, it could knock you over. That's how hard. And researchers have to wear.
Wait.
Yes, they're so heavy and violent that when they come to sting you, they kind of go in with they kind of like ass first. They kind of bend in, and if multiple wasps or hornets hit you at the same time, with such force, it can actually knock you over.
That's gross.
And a couple more things. So researchers who are interested in researching this, they actually wear lead-lined from toe to head with masks on because they're not dangerous.
They're radioactive too?
No, but the lead actually prevents them from getting stung.
Oh,
because the pincer is like an inch long. So,
oh my God!
And they also spray acid.
No, that's not real.
100% positive.
There's no way a bee that sprays
acid. And people have been known to be sprayed in the eye.
That's a
and
Pokemon.
That's like Alien. That's
There's
like
no
Stephen
way
King.
that's real.
Yes, it's absolutely real. And so I was like, no. And they also
can't be really good at like going places.
So
though.
what they also do is they love honey. And so what they do is they go into they find these like honeybee hives. And so let's say there's 30 or 40,000 bees in the hive. It only takes 30 of these hornets to kill the entire hive within an hour or two.
Oh my gosh. Do they love the Mariah Carey song, Honey?
They do.
They do?
Yeah, it actually calms them down a little bit.
Oh,
yeah.
Her voice does?
Well, earlier voice, not today. It's all auto-tuned. Oh, poor Mariah.
I know.
But
she's had a little too much honey. She has. She can't move because she's wearing the waist trainer from hell.
I did see her in like a little like, I don't know what they call them, like a little ballerina outfit performing. And I was like,
I used to love her too.
Oh my god, her first album was amazing.
So good. I had a vision of love.
Oh my god.
I used to with my friend Tanya would make up our own lyrics to that. I'm distracting myself from talking about the giant Tokyo bees.
Japanese giant hornet. Look it up. We'll put a picture on Instagram.
Why haven't they left Japan?
It'll give you
Don't
don't bring them here.
No, I don't want them here. I don't want no acid bees.
Horrible.
I don't like this. I don't like this.
Have you ever seen the video of people who have like put bees on like a thread and like have those little pets and they kind of carry them around and they're trying to fly away but they can't because they're like on a string? Have you ever seen that?
No, I don't want to see that.
And they tie it to their finger. They kind of walk around like a little pet bee.
How do you tie it around the bee?
I don't know. You hold it down. I don't know.
How do you hold down a bee without it getting pissed off?
Maybe it stings you, but people are crazy enough to do it.
That's stupid. Get a real pet.
I saw a video.
Get a balloon. They're 25 cents. All right, so I want to talk about the beautiful things about bees because the show's called Terrifying.
We wouldn't be able to eat.
Over this.
We wouldn't be able to eat.
That's what I want to talk about.
Okay.
Let's talk about why bees
pollination
are good. Okay. Number one, pollination. Mm-hmm. But I have some caveats for this.
Okay.
So bees pollinate about 70% of the major crops that the world eats.
Yes.
Right. Do you know other things that pollinate?
Hummingbirds.
Yep, birds. Bats. And some flies. And probably some other things, but those are the ones I remember.
Okay.
So we can get rid of bees. You just have to never have plums again.
Tomatoes.
Peaches.
Avocados.
Tomatoes. Yep, all that good stuff. But they don't pollinate corn and wheat.
Oh.
So they say, if all the bees died, then we would die because there's not enough food production.
We'd have corn and wheat.
We would be really non-nutritious and probably like devoid of vitamins, but we could live.
It's like Mexican food.
What I'm asking is, are you okay with this? Because I'm ready to make it happen.
Well, so is Monsanto, I think. Isn't that the chemical company that's killing bees off?
Yeah.
Suspected. I mean, don't sue us. But that was like one of the hypotheses that these researchers, like, the pesticides this chemical company makes is responsible for this hive collapse phenomenon.
Yeah, I did look a little bit into it.
They deny it, and there's no like empirical proof, but there's a lot of like, circumstantial evidence to suggest that the chemicals are killing the bees off.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is frosted mini wheats ain't that bad. Right?
Well, okay.
I would eat those every day if I could live in a world without bees.
They don't pollinate sugarcane.
You could have just plain nut Cheerios. Not the right?
Yeah. Oh, that's right. No honey.
Yeah. That's fine. My tea will be bland and I will be safe.
You can't have what's that Lebanese dessert? It's like super honey. It's all layers of like pastry and honey. Baklava.
First of all, you're just eating layers of bee vomit. That's all it is.
That's all it is.
Honey is bee vomit. It never goes bad, ever.
It can get kind of like solid though.
Yeah, but then you just put it in a bath of warm water and it goes back to normal.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. There you go, life hack.
Thank you.
But they found honey in the Egyptian mummy tombs that are still fine. I guess I didn't say mummy tombs. That was like excessive.
Well, then can't we use it for like anti-aging things?
I don't know.
Like to put honey in your bloodstream
well,
or something?
They're actually studying bees to reverse dementia. That was on my list.
What? Yeah,
so bees, right, younger bees take care of the larva, right? All the little things in the honeycomb. Each hole is like a larva.
Okay.
That's 4.
Got it.
So the younger bees actually take care of them. And as they get older, they are the ones that protect the hive. So what they did was researchers took the ones protecting the hive and made them take care of the larvae and studied their brain chemistry. And they actually reversed like aging in their brains when they were given the younger bees task.
What?
Yeah. So they're studying that and doing that. That's why I'm saying people just fucking play with some shit. Act like a kid every now and then.
Well, I will say that. So there's all different kinds of bees, right? So if I'm outside, if I'm outside and I, walking the dogs, and there's a lot of bees like on the dandelions or some of the flowers in our front yard, I don't get freaked out about that at all. They're just doing
You're
their
probably
job.
fine unless you're.
They're just doing their job. Those
Yeah.
big, huge, like clumsy ones, like the big bumblebees, they're kind of like, they kind of like bounce around.
Oh, they can't sting you.
Thank God.
It's a lie. I was seeing if you were going to believe it.
They can.
Abso-fucking-lutely, they can sting you. Those cute little fuzzy ones.
Mhm.
Yep, they will
Okay.
sting you in a heartbeat.
How about the wood boring ones? We have a couple in our property.
Carpenter bees.
They're like drones. They can stay in one spot and you hear them.
They're called carpenter bees.
Oh my God.
They bite through the wood. They don't use their stinger to knock it out. I thought they used the stinger. They use
they
their.
bite. They eat it.
Yeah.
And they're like golf ball sized.
Well,
with
maybe
wings.
maybe not that big.
Well, I had an encounter the other day and it freaked the shit out of me. And I screamed so loud and Pete thought I was being attacked by somebody. I go, no, it's just one of those wood bees outside.
All right. So we need bees to eat.
We do.
Bees can help you with dementia.
Okay.
They're using bee venom to fight HIV.
What?
Yeah.
I'll have to ask Kathy. My friend Kathy works for Gilead, and she's like one of the main pharmacist researchers on the HIV.
Yeah, so we need to ask her about this because there's something in bee venom called melatonin, and melatonin is like a nanoparticle, and so that's important because it will attach to it bounces off our normal cells, but it will go right through a virus, so it pierces the shell of the virus and lets it be killed.
Wow.
I know. So
how do they know this?
I don't know. Some people got a lot of time.
You just take a bee and play around with it. I mean, how do
yeah,
it's
I mean,
amazing.
did you ever see that show, The Big C? There's also places where you can go and they'll just let bees sting you if you have cancer because they believe that they're also can be helpful getting stung in large quantities of bees to produce an immune response to get rid of cancer. Yeah, there's some promising studies as well as rheumatoid
They're gonna
arthritis.
put you in a tank full of bees. They're gonna sting you.
Yeah, I'd be like, oh, sorry.
Do they give you like a anesthetic so you don't get hurt?
I don't know. I didn't look that much into it.
Oh
I read
my
it.
God.
I watched
Can't they,
Laura
well,
Linney
can't
do
they just
it.
take the venom and just inject it into you rather than like making you get through the stinging?
No, bee venom is really unstable once you take it out of bees. We haven't found a way to like make our own bee venom because it's all like proteins and enzymes and shit, and those are all unstable.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Oh,
Yep.
God.
So there's that, and also the bee stings can be good for rheumatoid arthritis.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Oh,
Well,
I
you're
didn't
bees
finish.
though. You're not.
Oh, don't wear bright colors. Don't wear flower patterns because they actually will recognize those on clothes. And black and red are real bad for bees because they take that as signs of aggression.
Okay.
So I don't really know what you can wear at this point.
Well, your whole wardrobe's up.
I know.
It's all flower prints and black.
I don't have flower. I am wearing a muumuu right now.
Well,
lilacs.
yeah. I mean, I try to avoid those chicory drinks when I'm outside because every single time. I mean, every like outdoor barbecue you have, there's always those yellow jackets that are hopping around. And why are they more like active like in the fall? You know how you have like that last barbecue of the season, yellow jackets.
Oh, because they're getting ready
To do what?
to hibernate.
So they're what?
It's like their last ditch
target?
effort to get all their shit out, to get all their pollen and stuff and protect their hive.
Oh my God. They're always flying around and they tend to be more aggressive in the fall too.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's exactly why. They're getting ready to
God.
hibernate, so they have to make sure everything is good to go because we sleep in.
They sleep?
Yeah, they hibernate through the winter.
Oh.
Except for, hold on, I read this. Except for bumblebees. Bumblebees, the whole population dies except for the queen, and the queen just lives through the winter.
Holding her eggs close to her chest.
I guess.
I mean, well, how are you going to reproduce?
It's
I mean,
just like just sitting there going, I won, bitches. I won. I'm the queen.
the immaculate conception of the bees every season. I don't believe that.
Yeah, I don't know how she gets laid later. No.
Wow.
So yeah, that's
Oh God. Okay.
that's-
Well,
Oh, do you know how much honey a bee makes in its lifetime?
you told me this.
Yeah, look at your pinky nail. That's how much honey a bee makes its entire life.
That's a lot of fucking bees.
Yeah,
Then. You have to
I want you to look at a bear with a spout on its head next time and go, holy shit, because that's a lot of bees.
Holy crap. Oh.
I feel like I swore a lot in this episode.
Are there any like good bee characters that like Disney has made? Like
The Honey Nut Cheerio bee.
There's the Bee's Life, right?
That's a Bug's Life, and there's no bees in it.
No, it was the guy from Home Improvement. He did the voice of it. The Bee something.
Bee Movie.
Oh.
It's not a Disney or Pixar, which means it's shit.
Oh, okay. Well,
but I thought it was Seinfeld did Bee Movie. Yeah, I think it's Jerry Seinfeld.
There's the girl from that video, from that band.
There's the Flonase Bee.
Flonase Bee?
Yeah, it's got like Antonio Banderas' voice. He sells Flonase.
Yeah. Oh, Flonase?
Yeah, there's Bumblebee Man from The Simpsons.
You didn't get my joke.
Flonase.
I can't pronounce direct names very well, so.
Bumblebee Man from The Simpsons. He goes, "Aye, aye, aye."
No clue.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's about it. Yeah. I listened back to last episode, and I said absolutely like 9 times.
Oh, more than, what's that word you use a lot too? Like, you always make fun of yourself for it. What's that word?
I think I got out of it consciously, so it's just tucked away now.
All right. Well, I actually don't feel as stressed out.
Preface.
Preface, yes.
I don't know. I get stuck in loops.
Your preface is oh my God.
Oh, you say that a lot.
Like every 5 seconds.
There's nothing that's going to get me over this, and I feel like it's an okay fear to have.
You've been stung once, so I don't really have a lot of sympathy for you.
Thank God I wasn't allergic.
If you were attacked like many times, I can understand why you'd have that fear. But one sting.
Okay, so one of our listeners
years?
must be someone who's allergic to bees, and I want to know what their level of anxiety from 0 to 100 is about bees. It's going to be interesting if they're not afraid of them, because I feel like if you are allergic to them, it should be like 1,000, right?
Oh, sure, yeah.
Because it's like every bee is a murderer.
Well, even when we announced the topic on previous episodes, we got a lot of listener feedback saying, fuck bees, oh my God. We had that one email submission from Liz from Nebraska.
Oh, so
who
good.
Told this hilarious story about she was at home with her dog. I think her husband was working, and a wasp had
landed on the screen.
On the screen, her screen door.
So she went outside with the spray.
She closed the solid door internally, and so it was trapped between the door and the screen. And then she went around the house and sprayed the shit out of it with like bug spray or like
Liz is my spirit animal.
And like she sent a picture of it, and it was like drenched, dripping in this like chemical poison or whatever. And I was like, I would have torched the thing. I would have gotten like a flamethrower and torched the whole place down.
Yeah, dollar store bee spray is the best kind.
Dollar store has bee spray?
Yeah. No, I found that out, so I bought one, and then I had to use it, and it worked really, really well. It's probably illegal, because it's probably like...
You probably have polyps now.
It's probably like Costa Rican bee spray that's like, illegal there.
Yeah.
But I'll take like a disease over a bee any day.
No.
Why not?
Take those words out of the universe, Kevin.
Why not?
You would absolutely take a bee over like cancer.
Every bee that I kill, I will gladly have a tumor.
Oh my God.
No?
That's so... No.
Yeah.
No.
I don't
all right.
know.
Well, I actually feel I was nervous about the topic, and I guess maybe flashbacks to my youth where I got stung a lot. But I actually feel okay. I mean, although I do reference this colossal primal scream that I give out when I see bees in my backyard, and you bend over the house when that have happened.
Yeah.
I don't like it when they come near me.
And I just need everyone to know that, like, if I run away from a bee or I lock myself away from a social
You're
situation,
not being rude.
it has nothing to do with everybody else. It's just like you would lock yourself in a room if someone was trying to kill you.
All right. So if you had a box, a glass box, and it had like, remember you told me about this, denomination, the money denomination. Remember that story? So
yeah.
What denomination of bills would have to be present for you to reach your hand in when there were bees also in the box?
How many bees are in there?
Let's say 3.
3 bees? Ooh. Okay, so there's 3 bees in a box, and I just have to reach my hand.
And they're all amped up.
So I will get stung if I put my hand in the box?
Well, it's possible. Strong possibility.
Okay. I would do that for $10,000.
Wait, denomination of the bills, 10,000? What denomination of bills would have to be in there?
Well,
there's no guarantee you got to reach in and grab the cash out. So,
I thought I would get the money no matter what.
No, you have to reach in and grab the cash out.
You've thought a lot about this whole scenario. So I have to feel around for it.
It's a glass box. You can see it.
Oh, $10,000.
No. What denomination of bills would have to be in the box you would be grabbing? You might only be able to grab one. You might grab
Why
50 bills.
I'm telling you, that it has to be a $10,000 bill in there
Oh, okay.
for me to do it.
Okay. So you can grab 100 grand maybe if you grabbed a lot of them.
Oh,
yeah.
no, I'm fine if there's just one $10,000 bill in there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I would probably do it for hundreds, but $100 bill.
Really?
Yeah. I might even do it for 20s, but it'd have to be a loaded box. It had to be a lot of bills in there. I'd go in there and grab a whole handful out. I wouldn't do it for 10s, 5s, and 1s. No way.
Ugh.
I would do it for hundreds. Yeah, sure. 50s if I had a couple of drinks.
Can I bring my dollar store spray?
Sprayed him first. Oh, yeah.
Done. Screwed your hypothetical.
No.
Listen, every time you kill a bee, I just want you to think of Macaulay Culkin's sweet little face, and you're getting that justice for that little bastard.
Every time you kill a bee, think about one less fruit salad you're going to have in your lifetime, or one less guacamole dip, because they're not pollinating shit anymore.
Guys, listen, if we really need to lose weight, we just kill all the bees.
Why can't they engineer? If we
We'd
engineer,
lose a lot of third
if
world
we engineered an
countries,
aggressive bee, why can't we engineer a passive bee? They don't sting. They just like hug you and kiss you on their way to pollination land.
That's actually a really good idea. Why haven't scientists made bees that don't sting?
Like, take the most docile bees and...
Hey, scientists, this is Kevin and David here.
Please help us.
Listen, just like there's got to be like a deformed bee that has no stingers. We just need gay bees. The men don't sting.
I know a lot of gays who sting.
Oh my God. We will, listen.
I know a lot of gays
that poor queen.
Oh yeah,
and I don't mean the gay bee. I mean
that would be the problem, though. That would be
like,
the problem.
Guys, nobody.
That'd be the problem. There'd be too many queens in the hive.
You'd be like, you look amazing. You stay and take care of all these babies. We're going to Whole Foods.
No, that'll be a shit show. It's like only one queen per hive. Get out. It'd be a big battle.
All right, so just find like the deformed bees with no stingers, mate the shit out of them.
And then kind of replace them.
And then murder all of the other bees.
No, flame torture, I told you.
Yeah, scientists with flamethrowers.
Let the chemical companies kill them off. Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
This episode brought to you by Monsanto?
You can't say that. We'll get sued.
I'm not probably even saying it right.
Yeah, perfect.
I don't believe that they're the ones doing it either.
Well, believe what you want. I mean, evidence is kind of piling up. But
evidence is piling up. Do you have it like in your spare room?
My dossier.
Your dossier. Oh, it's going to be like a whole expose.
Well, thanks, Kevin. That was actually pretty informative.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, keep the emails coming. We'd love to hear your bee stories. Oh, by the way, I found a Reddit, what do they call it? Like a discussion thread. It said, tell us your most horrifying bee and wasp stories. And I was reading through today. I was like, there's thousands of entries.
Oh, yeah. People get like bees in their walls and they can feel them humming through it.
This lady... I'm not sure what state it was in. This lady was complaining to the neighbors, elderly woman, that she said, I'm hearing a lot of like humming in my house, and they're like, there's like this weird sappy thing dripping down.
They're like,
the
whatever,
walls.
Ethel.
Yeah, and so this guy, the neighbor, went over, and her house was basically a super hive. She had like hundreds of thousands of bees that were swarming in her house, and they were producing so much honey it was dripping out of the walls and ceilings.
Oh, honey.
How did you not sting?
That's so gross.
Oh, God.
What did they think she was? Did they think she was the queen?
Oh, maybe.
Oh, God.
The bee whisperer?
Ugh.
No.
There are people who love bees. They really do. They talk about how great they are.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure somebody really liked Ted Bundy, too.
Well, there's probably bees across the street at the farm.
There for sure are.
Like, I'm saying, like legit, like hives. They actually pollinate the vegetable. They probably hire a hive to come in and do the work for them.
Hold on, I need to find that out immediately.
They do.
We did have a listener often offer to bring us to beekeeping classes.
No.
I told you I won't do it.
I would do it if you did it, and then we'd have to videotape it as our first video episode.
Do you want the listeners to see me piss my pants?
If you want to see that, please write in, and then we'll have evidence to show Kevin that it can happen. It's a real thing.
Yeah, and then we'll just film my funeral from the bee stings, or yours because I murder you during it.
No, I'll have all the protection on. You won't be able to hurt me.
They can still sting you through those things.
Don't say that.
They can.
Was it like a fucking paper? Is it a paper cloth? Like
I'm guessing
robe?
It's cheesecloth. If you can, I don't know. It doesn't look very durable
I'll
or
bring my own shit,
fashionable.
then. My own shit. I'll bring my own protection.
What are you gonna wear?
I'm gonna bring that dollar bee spray.
The beekeepers will love that.
Yeah, you just kill our whole fucking hive, you idiot. Sorry.
You're welcome. I'm scared.
All
Who's
right.
the queen now?
Yeah.
Who's the queen now?
Bitches!
I'm going to yell that next time.
That'll be a lawsuit, I'm sure. But, okay. Well, thanks, Kevin.
Yeah.
All right. Well, remember, life's crazy,
But you don't have to be.
but you are.
You also don't have to have honey. Like, you can live without it.
I can't. I love Honey Nut Cheerios so much.
They can make, like, fake honey, right? They
Fake
can make
honey?
Splenda.
No.
Just yellow Splenda.
That's even... Splenda's so bad for you, though.
So are bees.
Honey's probably the only sweetener that is not bad for you. It actually helps with allergies, too. I actually used to take it for allergy treatment. Local honey
I've heard
has
that.
all, like, the...
I know, it has
the
pollen and shit in it.
I get it. Okay.
And it's just like honey.
No. Well, first of all, that was the wrong key.
Really?
Yeah, it was. Bye.
Be nice.
Bye.